not really sure where to start. Um, my name is Ryan. A lot of people know me as Riz. I make music, made music for like 20 years or so, 18 years maybe. I'm 36 now, 37 this spring, and I have a lot to talk about, man. I have a lot to talk about. Like I said, I'm not really sure where to start. Um, so we'll just get into it, man. I want to talk about my struggle with anxiety and really how it's shaped my life and the things that I can and can't do while dealing with my anxiety. I think we'll start. I think we'll go back where it all started. I was like 19. Two kids. I think I was probably 20. 20. Two kids. One of them's one of them's three, and two daughters, little daughters, Gabby and Lainey. I didn't figure out a way to make the relationship work with Gabby's mom. Um, my first my first like serious relationship after high school and stuff. Didn't really get that to work out, and things happened after I had Gabby, and I ended up starting a new relationship with my ex-wife now, and we had a daughter named Delaney, and so here I am, 20 years old, not married at the time, two kids by two different girls, and I'm trying to just figure it out, trying to figure it out, and my relationship with my second daughter's mom, um, not great, not great. I think it got to a point where we were we were comfortable with the idea of each other, of the idea of being in a relationship, but it just wasn't working for us, and I didn't realize that at the time, and so I had a lot of stresses going on and a lot of just a lot of fighting and a lot of stupid shit, and I ended up starting to have some anxiety, and I didn't know what was happening at the time, and it was a lot of pain in my chest. I guess there's cartilage in your that holds your shit together in here, and it can actually swell when we get stressed out. It causes chest pain. So I had that going on. What I didn't know what was happening, and I started that. That is probably the first time that I ever encountered that type of anxiety, where I was super self-aware of what was going on with my body, and it freaked me out. I wasn't sure if it was normal. I wasn't sure what was going on, and that kind of uh, grew. I don't want to say exponentially, because I mean, eventually there is a stopping point to this the growth of my anxiety and everything like that. But it was really just confusing for me. It was tough. I really started to have like mild panic attacks and stuff. My heart would start beating really fast, and I wouldn't know why. I wasn't sure why. Um, so we went to the doctor, and they put me on Paxil, which is a very strong antidepressant, and at the time it was like, dude, this is great, man. I was talking to the doctor, and I started talking about some of my problems and some of the things that I've been going through, and started crying, man. And that's the first time I was really super vulnerable for somebody else, um, in front of somebody else, and the whole thing just felt good, right? It felt good. I was talking to somebody, sharing things, letting it out, getting certain things out. But they said, here, take these pills, one a day. Uh, and by the way, if people don't know, Paxil is it has a black box warning by the FDA, and it's the withdrawal symptoms when coming off of it, and the side effects when you get on the drug are super hardcore, um, very very fucking intense, and took me a month or two to get used to being on the pills, and things were fine. Things were fine. I kind of settled in a little bit. Um, the panic attacks never went away, but they definitely subsided some, from the medication, and I went about my life, uh, thinking everything was fine, and so fast forward 4 years, uh, get ready to go to the Navy. Want to go to the Navy? Got some buddies in there. Uh, Going on the buddy system, my recruiter tells me I have to stop taking the antidepressants and I have to hide it from them. So I weaned myself off quickly before I shipped out for boot. Um, without getting into a bunch of details about that experience, I'd like to talk about that again at a later date. But I ended up going to boot, getting out of boot, meritoriously advanced, which means I got promoted for doing good in boot. Straight out of boot camp, I got another rank up, and things seemed okay. Then the shit started to hit the fan again. My family couldn't move out to Chicago immediately, like I had previously been told by my recruiters, and so things started to spiral a bit. I ended up starting to have panic attacks over there, and so I started to see a counselor while still at school at Great Lakes, and ended up getting a general discharge for medical reasons from the Navy. I had a command master chief, basically the highest enlisted rank that you could have on that base. Not an officer, of course. There's people above him, officers and stuff. But he told me that I was a waste of space, and if he could send me home right this second, so he didn't have to pay me while I was waiting to go home, he would do that. And I never really forgot that conversation, So here I am, heading home. Ex-wife is my wife at the time. Not for it, dude. Not for it. She had all these plans and all these dreams and visions of how things were gonna be, and my anxiety really shit on that for her, and so I think there was resentment there. When I got home and things didn't end up working out for us. So we ended up getting a divorce, and I started drinking a lot. I drank a lot. Luckily, I was able to meet my current wife now, and she kind of saved me. But while I was still at Great Lakes, before I got shipped back home, they put me back on the antidepressants. And so when I got home, I was on them again, right? And that was fine. Everything was good, I had settled back in on the medication, the same medication, Paxil. I was taking it again. I was taking Ambien for sleep, which is a hell of a drug. Stay off of Ambien. And things just didn't work out. We got divorced, like I said. Drank a lot. ended up meeting my wife now, and we kind of made a life for ourselves, out of the wreckage of my past and hers, and it was really beautiful. But my anxiety just started creeping back up again, man. And I went through a period where I got off of it. I got off the Paxil again. I was doing really well, and then I think in 2012, I started getting dizzy a lot, vertigo, stuff like that. Didn't know what was going on. Had a lot of procedures, CT scans, shit like that. Lots of tests, dude. Ended up getting diagnosed with Meniere's disease, and that is an imbalance with the fluid in your inner ear. You have lots of microscopic little hairs that float around in the fluid, and it's really kind of controls your equilibrium. And mine's fucked off, and so that really changed my life. That was 10 years ago. It's not gonna go away. Some days my quality of life is better than others. Some days I just want to lay in bed, man, and I'm dizzy and I don't want to get up, but I got to do what I got to do. And anyways, so 2012 that happened. The stress, the anxiety came back. The heart pounding all the time. I went to school at ITT Tech for a while, before the Navy, and I remember one time I was driving up there and I had a panic attack on the way to Portland, and I had to pull over to the side of the road, and my heart was pounding and I was lightheaded. My chest was tingly, everything just, and it felt like I was dying, it felt like I was having a heart attack or something. And it's just a panic attack, dude. And so I'm having these things, right? I'm having these panic attacks. We're back, it's 2012. Just found out. I think actually by the time I found out what was going on, it was 2013. I remember the summer of 2012 was when I started to have the symptoms of Meniere's disease. And that it was a total life change. I had to change everything about my life. I had to change, you think about it. Meniere's disease is affected by cigarettes, alcohol, dehydration, sodium, caffeine. I smoked cigarettes. I smoked 2 packs a day, man. I had to quit that. I had to cut back on coffee. There was points in my life where I couldn't even drink coffee because my anxiety was so bad that the coffee would make my heart beat faster, and I would spiral out of control. And so here I am, 2013, Meniere's disease, trying to figure out how to move forward. I get back on Paxil. But it took me about a 6 to 8 month period of trying different drugs first before I ended up back on the fucking one that I had started off with. And that was super rough. I think I tried about 7 different pills, medications for anxiety, depression, different stuff. None of them worked. They all made me feel different and weird in their own way. And I ended up back on Paxil. Sorry if it's all coming out a little rigid. I'm pretty shaky right now just talking about this stuff. But so I ended up back on Paxil after God knows how long of I couldn't because of the Meniere's disease, because of the anxiety that it caused and the panic attacks, I couldn't work. There was literally like a 5 to 6 month period while I was going through these different medications that I was at home. I was just at home, just worthless, and I'm sure that had a bit to do with prolonging the anxiety at that time, is because I was trapped in the cycle of I have anxiety, I can't go to work, so I feel like shit, which gives me anxiety. I have anxiety because and then I would get depressed, and a lot of the depression that I've experienced has been from the battle with anxiety and the panic attacks, and um, I was really, really discouraged to be going back on the medication for a second time. For a third time. Okay, because I'd gone on it at first when I was 19 or 20, and then got off of it to go into the Navy, and they put me back on it in the Navy. I went in the Navy '08. They put me back on it in there, and then when I got home, things were good after a little while. After I met my new wife, we got off of it for a little bit, a couple years. Meniere's disease, baby. So I'm back on it again. Here we are, and it felt good to be on it. If anybody's ever experienced panic attacks, it's you feel trapped. You feel trapped, and I don't know if I could ever truly explain what that feeling is like correctly to someone, but some people just think it's all in their head and we're weak, and it's just not true, man. It's just not true. People lose their lives because of their battle with their mental health, and it sucks. It sucks. So here I am back on it for my third time. Just learned to live with the medication, and no panic attacks, absolutely none, for years. Maybe once every so often, and we're getting closer to. I'm leaving a lot of smaller side stories out because I want to continue this conversation more in depth going down the road, with more time specific examples of times that I dealt with my anxiety and shit. And so I'm leaving that a lot out. We're skipping about 7 years now. 8 actually, so 2013. So we're fucking skipping clear to present day, 2022. November 2021, I decided I am in a good spot with life, comfortable with my job, and things are always nothing's gonna be perfect, and there's always stresses in life. But I decide.
Are you streaming?
I'm busy, yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Can you come out with LED lights once you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you know when that's gonna...
I don't, baby.
Okay.
And my son. And so everything's going good, and I think let's get off of these, because I know how intense they are, and I know it's just not great to be on that kind of medication for an extended period of time. And here I am 7-8 years later, still taking a high dosage of this pill, Paxil. And so I call my doctor, and they say, great, let's get off of it. You're taking 30 milligrams right now, so let's bump you down to 20 milligrams for 2 weeks, and then if you feel okay, we'll have a over the phone another meeting and bump you down to 10, and then if you feel good with that, we'll move forward, bump you down to 5, and so we did that, and that, while still trying to be a supervisor at my job, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, was super tough. The physical side effects of coming off of Paxil are terrible, and it got tough a bit. it sucks because I'm coming off of this medication, and so for the last eight years or so, everything's been suppressed. All my emotions have been suppressed. It's been fucking. I'm a baseline, I'm just. Like, I feel happy, I feel sad, but it's not me, and so all this emotion is gonna start coming back up here eventually, right? So I'm at first the first couple weeks I feel solid mentally, just solid, dude. Physically, a little rough, nauseous, headache, really tired, lethargic, brain zaps. That's something that I cannot explain. But every time I would move my eyes or my head, it would feel like the whole inside of my it vibrated, dude, right? Just little vibrations all day long, all day long. I felt out of breath, weak. Guess what that did? That brought up anxiety. Part of it was just anxious about how it was going to be moving forward. If I was, going to struggle the entire time while getting off of the pills. Part of it was anxious, wondering if I'd making the right choice. And by that I mean I was wondering if by coming off of this medication I wasn't going to be able to control my anxiety on my own, even though I know that I'm in a good spot in my life right now. So I had to deal with that, and so now in the timeline of getting off the pills, I take my last 5 milligram tab tomorrow. I'm doing 5 every other day right now for 2 weeks. We started at 30, went to 20, 10, 5, and then 5 every other day. Did each of those for 2 weeks. So it's been 8 weeks, and boy, the emotions are coming back. Absolutely coming back. I feel like I want to cry a lot. Just about nothing, Start talking about my emotions, and I just feel like I want to cry. I feel like I have a lot to get out. And I gotta learn to control that and learn to live with it and go with it. I have nothing to be sad about right now, It's just super emotional, I guess, talking about this because it's been such a big part of my life. And I wish, not I wish, but I hope that by me putting this into a physical form on this video, I can help others to have the courage to take control of their mental health on their own, and find some inspiration in just trying to be better. And I'm going to go into a lot of more details about specific situations and times in my life at a later date. This was kind of the Cliff Notes version of what I've been through, and I just really wanted to share it and talk about it for a minute. I started taking the pills so that I could not have panic attacks, right? And in the last 8 weeks since I've been coming off of them, I've had 2 panic attacks. And I'm sharing that because I'm not going to give up on being a better me. And I hope that others will see it and find the strength to continue on as well. Sorry, got a little rough here at the end. Dealing with a lot right now, emotionally, and it's not it's not up to us to say that mental health is a weakness, or you're not strong, or you're a pussy, or anything like that. This shit is real, and I just hope that I can inspire others to take a hold of their mental health and their life, and we just all try to be better. That's all I'm trying to do, is just be better every day, be better than I was yesterday. And I really appreciate you guys watching this till the end. If you're still here, it means a lot to me. And we'll be back. We'll be back with more updates, more story time, more raw emotion. So that's it, man. Thank you. See you guys next time.